Hello, welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm teacher Oakley, and for the next hour, and in fact, for the rest of the week at this particular time slot here at Verbling, we are going to be practicing different types of questions now. Categories of questions. Now, these types of questions are often asked in standardized English assessment tests, such as TOEFL, IELTS, TOEIC, CAA, CAE, etc. Each day we're going to look at a different type of question which demands a slightly different strategy. Through the week, we'll be looking at questions about the past, clearly. You'll be talking in past tense, questions about the future, which clearly we'll be using future tense, and hypothetical modals of probability. So opinion questions, which need to have a very clear structure with plenty of supporting reasons and examples. Today we're going to look at personality questions. Basically, what we're looking at is using lots of adjectives to describe feelings, emotions, and obviously personality. Anyway, good practice for all these tests, but also good practice for any level, any English second language learner. Hopefully we'll learn a little vocabulary and get to practice our English. Okay, so I'd like to welcome some folks to the class. Hello, Heidi. How are you?
Hello, nice to see you again.
Likewise. How are you doing today?
Today I went to the bank. Usually I only withdraw some money, but today I need to go to the counter. I hate it. I needed to wait very long.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. I can relate. Here in the Philippines, if you have to go to the counter at the bank, you have to give yourself like at least 2 hours just in case, which is ridiculous. In the United States, I've never experienced that. You know, I think the longest I've ever waited is 10 minutes at the bank, or maybe a half an hour on a Friday, which Friday is typically payday. So if the bank was open after like 5 o'clock on Friday, you might have to wait a half an hour.
I really hate waiting for something.
Me too. I don't enjoy it. Okay, I'll talk to you in a little bit. Heidi, hello, Julio. How are you doing?
Hello, teacher. I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you. And hello, Michael. Hi there.
Hi, okay.
Hey, how are you today?
Great, you?
Hey, I'm doing okay. Pretty good. It's raining again. We're back to monsoon season, so the temperature's a lot cooler, which is nice.
Okay.
So, I'm good. All right, we're just going to practice kind of arbitrary personality questions to talk about your personality or others people's personality. Okay, so Heidi, I'm going to start with you. I was going to start with what drives you crazy, but I already know that cues drive you crazy.
May I lie?
Okay. Let's try a different question. Heidi, are you a hugger or a non-hugger?
Hugger.
Hugger.
Hugger. Hugger. What hugger?
Hugger. Yeah, okay. A hugger. Not really.
Hug to someone?
Yeah, do you hug people like when you say goodbye to your sister? You hate it. Really? Okay.
I can hug only cats.
Only cats.
Cats run away from me, but still I follow them. Then I hug.
Okay. but not much of a hugger for like friends when you're saying goodbye to friends
And
or family.
cat
No.
hugger.
Cat hugger. Oh, okay. Do you like animals more than people?
No, I like only cat, not
Oh,
dog.
only cat.
I don't hug dogs.
Yeah, well, they smell bad when they're wet. Hmm. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Julio. Oh, like I don't know the answer. Are you do you consider yourself more of a serious-minded person or kind of a jokester?
I think it depends on how I feel.
Hmm.
When I'm around strangers, I'm pretty much very quiet. I can be shy sometimes. I like to keep things to myself too. But when in the right environment, I can be very funny um, and
Hmm.
take things very lightly. So I think I have a little bit of both.
Okay. All right. I think most of us do. Nobody's one thing all the time. I like your phrase, take things lightly. Very useful collocation in English. Sometimes somebody may chastise you for taking things too lightly. Have you ever been chastised? Have you ever been scolded by someone? Your mom, for example? You've got to be more serious. You take things too lightly. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah, that's the only thing I heard from my mom. That's the only thing I hear, like that I take things too lightly. But
Right.
that's her opinion, She's entitled of her own opinion. Even
Yeah.
if I take things lightly, that's okay. Why should we be so serious about life? Consider the way that we were conceived. So,
Yeah. Okay. Entitled to her opinion is the phrase.
entitled to her.
Yeah. And that's such a parental thing anyway. I don't know. You've got to be more serious. Mm, nah. Really? Yeah. Uh, okay. Let me move on to Michael. Michael, let me ask you about yourself. Are you more likely to avoid conflict or engage conflict head on? Do you, if you have a conflict with another person, for example, a coworker, or a friend, or a relative, or a neighbor?
Depends, totally depends on my mood. I can do both things. I can, and on the circumstances, depends.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, if there is some like conflict between me and a company that um, offered me service, is that correct to
Okay.
say? Offered service? Or
Yep.
what do you give
Offered.
service or give? What do you do?
No, no. Offered a service to me,
Yeah.
or if they just offered that, they're asking if you want it, or if
No,
they're
no,
already
no.
giving
They
you a service,
provided. They provide.
provided.
Yeah.
Exactly. What I was going to say.
So a company that provided, and there was some bad experience, let's say, in that service or produce. I can argue, argue very much to
Yeah.
like to so the thing my aim is like to have like the good service and like um, like how do you say, like, to do not repeat the same situation.
Oh yeah, to avoid the
Yeah,
same problems over and over
yeah.
again.
To
I
avoid
hear
the same
that.
problem over and over again, and also to hire the to grow the business culture. This is my aim, like
Hmm.
to grow, because I think in our country business culture is like not in every company, but in some companies it's at low level. It's like low level business culture. So usually when I receive a bad service or product, I kind of argue just for that. Just what I was saying. But if I have like a personal argument, I some misunderstanding with a person, like friend or coworker, I try to diminish or what the conflict to
Yeah, reduce the
yeah
conflict, reduce
yeah
the
to go on like
hostility.
yeah just to find the common ground or something.
Very good. Yes, that's a good way to put it. Find common ground. Okay. Excuse me. If you're arguing very strongly, a good word, a good adverb to use is vehemently. If you are vehement, okay, you're making your point strongly.
Yeah,
That's a
very
good
very.
word to use. I can relate to that, Michael. Being an American who lives in the Philippines, sometimes there's service practices. I have had a few arguments, not with the hope to demean anyone or to make anyone feel bad. That's the problem. I don't know what it's like in your country, but when you argue with somebody about service here in the Philippines, they take it personally so quickly that it defeats the purpose. The purpose is so that you can improve your service and I don't have to experience the same problems over and over again.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
yeah, this is my purpose.
I understand you completely, and I feel the same way. It's absolutely not personal when I'm arguing with a company. It's silly to take it that way. Do people in your country take business problems or issues or disagreements personally?
Well, I think it depends on the level of professionalism of the person with who I am speaking. Because some people, they are kind of they're not business people, I would say, and they take that very personal. Like you are okay. I'm speaking normally. I don't yell. I'm not yelling or I'm not speaking with swearing words. I'm speaking normally, but they taking like they don't like that I'm saying that. But some of them they kind of they are apologetic in some way. So so it depends on the person who you're speaking with.
Right.
Totally depends.
Yeah, that's logical. I mean, that makes sense. Okay, well, that's interesting, actually. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna take it back to Heidi. Ooh, interesting question. Heidi, are you a creature of habit? Have you ever heard that phrase before? It's a
Habit.
common collocation. The whole phrase, a creature of habit, meaning it doesn't mean you're an animal.
Yeah.
No. It's just a turn of phrase. It's very, very normal in English, meaning that you do the same thing every day. You follow the same sort of patterns in your day-to-day life.
No,
No?
not pattern. Yes. For example, every day I clean floor and bathroom and toilet, but time is different, depend on the day. Oh, I want to clean.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, and yeah, by the way, you guys are doing a very good job explaining these points to do with personality questions through the use of giving examples. I wanted to mention that, and I forgot to in the beginning of class. A best way to illustrate personality types is to use examples. You guys are doing it without me saying it, and you're doing a great job. Heidi, so let me ask you. All right, I hope this is not too personal. Is your husband a creature of habit?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Why? He does the same thing? Does he have the same routine when he comes home every night?
Same routine, yes.
Yeah.
Every morning he wakes up at 4 a.m.
Oh, early.
And he read some newspapers and take a shower and change the clothes. Yeah, then he went out. He goes out at 7.
Okay.
Always at 7 morning.
Right.
Returning time is
Always at seven.
different, depend on the job.
Okay. All
Mhm.
right. I wonder if he's a creature of habit at work. If he has a routine at work, which is a tough. Well, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Sometimes it depends on the kind of job. Hmm. Interesting. I'd like to welcome Max. Hello, Max.
Hello, hello, everyone, and Oakley.
Thank you. I feel special. Everyone and Oakley. All right, Max, I'm going to be asking you a question about personality in just a minute, but first I'll let you get settled, and I'm going to talk to Julio for a second. Julio, in what situations are you likely to procrastinate? Do you procrastinate? Maybe you will claim that you never procrastinate, but I guess we can start there. Do you
Oh,
procrastinate?
I'm a big procrastinator. There are a lot of things that I had just put off for no reason. I remember that when I turned 18, I I didn't get my ID card till I was 21. So it took me like 4 years to get my ID card, and just for pure procrastination, I am banned from most of the video stores here in my town because when I rent movies, I never ever take them back. Um, why? I just forget to do it, and when I finally realize that I have to do it, it just happened 2 or 3 months, and I said I'm not gonna take it back. I'm not gonna pay uh $40 for, or no, yeah, like $50 for this movie. No way. So that's a big problem.
Uh,
And apparently it's not gonna go away. It's actually it's increasing. That behavior is increasing with time.
yeah.
So hooray for
Well,
procrastination.
Julio, keep going at that rate. Maybe you can procrastinate your own death.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
Oh, what the heck? I'm not ready. It's too much of a hassle. uh, you reminded me of my own sister. Okay, you can in the United States you can get your driver's license when you're 16. For myself, I literally my 16th birthday, I was waiting for the doors to open. I was the first person in line at the Department of Motor Vehicles to get my license. I could not wait one extra second. My sister, on the other hand, took the driver's course when she was 16, but then didn't get her driver's license till she was 26. She just kept procrastinating for a decade. Yeah, kind of funny. Uh, ridiculous. Okay. Uh, all right. Uh, Max, I have a question for you. Max, when do you hope to retire? What is your goal?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
To retire, to become, well, British would say a pensioner, and Americans would say a retiree. All right. So stop working. In other words, when do you hope in your life, when you're 65, when you're 70, you want to work until you drop? When do you want to quit working and
Pensioner, try. Sorry, okay. Keep me.
kick you?
Pass me.
You know what I mean, right? To retire. Do you understand?
When I will be a pensioner, and I'll stop my job,
That's it.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and
That's
will
it.
spend all my time with my uh, how to say child of my son of my daughters.
Grandchildren.
grandchildren. Yeah, and spend time
Yeah.
with my grandchildren.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, exactly. What's your
What
goal? When do you want to do that? And by the way, pronunciation is it's an SH sound in pensioner. Yeah.
pensioner? A
Right.
pensioner.
Yeah, you got the
Uh,
idea. That's it. That's
I,
it.
I'm ready right now.
Well, there you go. That's a great answer. Okay.
But
You're
I
ready right
think
now.
in our country it's not a good idea to be a
Yeah.
pensioner. You need to
Really.
work.
It's not a good idea. Why? Because it's
Uh,
you can't afford it. No one could afford it.
I th uh, the Russian pensioner earn very small money from governments, I think.
Yeah. Plus now they have to give all their money to Rosneft.
It 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 doesn't enough for life,
It
I think.
isn't enough.
It isn't enough, yeah.
Yeah,
My
you can use present tense because it's a state. It's just a fact, or you think it's a fact. So it isn't enough. Hmm. Okay.
Teacher, I have a
Uh,
question. Here in my country, there is a French belief that once you retire, you are rushing the death process. Like you start to get sick, and because you don't do anything, like your body feels that you are not being productive anymore, and it starts to lower its defense and stuff like that. I don't know if you got the same idea there in the States, because I have the idea that in the States it's the retirement. It's like a joyful experience. Like they get this new apartment and boat car, stuff like that. Things I've seen in the movies, you know.
right, right. Yeah, okay, yeah, well, that's the movie version. That's true. Well, I've heard that too. For some people, they retire and they basically there's nothing left to do but die. It's really. Some people thoroughly make their retirement a big vacation. They buy a like one of those giant RV vehicles and they travel the country and visit their grandchildren in different places. I guess it depends on the personality. Well, the questions are about personality, but I guess it depends on the person. Some people just can't retire. They don't want to retire ever because they would feel useless. But I don't know. I I could retire myself.
Uh,
I kind of agree with Max. I'm ready. Yesterday. Uh, yeah, I don't think I'd have a problem finding something to do. Max, would you be able to find something to do if you were to retire? What would you do with yourself? Imagine that you're older. What would you do? Oh, I might have lost Max. Or he might be at work. He might have actually had to do something. Hi, outside the class, Rod, Holly, why don't you join us? Come on in. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. That's a personality trait you don't want. Okay. Michael, let me take it to you.
Yeah.
Uh, how much of a bargain shopper are you? Do you do you shop for bargains? Do you really research things when you have to buy something, try to get a good price?
Well, it depends on the things that you buy. So basically, if you want to buy like average and high quality clothes, it's from my experience. In my experience, it's better to wait for a discount and to buy like more clothes. Like, do you understand what I mean? That like we have
Uh,
stores that sell clothes, yeah,
uh-huh.
brand clothes, not just clothes from made in without brand, but brand name, with a brand name,
Uh-huh.
and they're kind of not expensive, but I would not pay such money for them. I think they're overpriced, in my opinion. So basically, like in the summertime, we have discounts for them, and you go and take them with 50% discount or 80% discount or 70, so it depends on the store, and they're quite cheap.
Okay. Uh, all right. So you do bargain hunt a little bit. How about
No,
when you buy
uh-huh.
a little bit? You wait until they're on
Yeah,
sale. I mean, it's not really.
I'm passive bargainer,
There
passive.
you go. You're like the hunter who sits in the woods and waits for the prey to come. You don't stalk the prey. You're like
Yeah.
the cat that lies in the grass. Okay. Sorry, I'm just being silly. But what about big ticket items? If you had to buy like a refrigerator or a TV, what we call big ticket items, kind of expensive things.
Mm,
Do you research? Do you go to different places and comparison shop?
well, that's for sure. I search for like best price relate. How would you say like functionality and price? What do you search for? Like
Okay, function. Well, you search for functionality, durability, and
yeah, but
compare.
how they put functionality and price? Like functionality over the price or
Oh,
what was
okay.
the word?
Yeah, that's how to say it. Yeah, okay. I didn't know where you were going. Um, okay, you put functionality over price in importance. Yes?
No. What I mean that so should be like price and functionality should be like good both, like
Oh, okay. All right.
a
That are
correlation
both
between functionality and price.
maybe.
What I mean,
Okay.
lots of functionality for a reasonable price. This is my answer. Like,
Okay. I got it. All right.
and I of
That's
course I
fine.
search. Research everything. I look up just because that takes only 30 minutes. 30 minutes, but
Uh,
you buy the best thing, almost the
okay.
best.
Okay. Right. That seems quite reasonable to me. Okay. I'd like to welcome Nader. Hello. Nice to see you again. Hi, Nader. Oh, okay. He's in the chat mode today. Okay. Till
Teacher,
further notice.
I want
Yes,
to
Julio.
share just something that happened to me, I think a couple of weeks ago, talking
Uh-huh.
about sales. I went to this store that had everything with a 50% off. And well, I went there because they have that special um, sale with everything 50% off. And once I was there, I realized that they wouldn't have everything 50% off actually, but they would give you a coupon with 50% of the value of the item you're buying. So I thought
Oh.
it was, even though I thought it was convenient, so I bought a big TV, and
Uh-huh.
it was a little bit overpriced. But I thought, well, with the 50% coupon, maybe I can buy some other stuff. And then I saw that you have to use this coupon. They give you a period of time, like a week, to use it, but you cannot use it that day. You have to use it
Oh my God.
the next week. And when
Oh my
I
God.
when I went back to the store the next week, I realized that most of the things they were selling were ridiculously overpriced.
Oh
Like
God.
they were probably double the
Wow.
regular price. So that was a total scam. That was a
Complete.
really bait and switch thing, like we were saying the other
Exactly.
day.
Right?
And
That,
I couldn't do anything because that was legal, apparently.
apparently. Wow, yeah, that is a classic example of a bait and switch kind of move there. Wow. Ooh. Yeah, a coupon with an expiration date. when that's given to me as a bonus. I know I'm never going to use the coupon because I procrastinate. So, funny. They actually wanted to give me something like that. I went food shopping just a couple days ago, and it was the same type of thing. Oh, congratulations! You spent so much money in the store. We needed a lot of food. But anyway, you win this free ballpoint pen, which I've already lost. But you can also buy, and they gave you a bunch of stuff you could buy. I don't know, a garlic chopper, some kind of utility knife. I don't know. And you get a free coupon for 50% off on all of these items, a coupon book, which I know I would promptly lose. So I just took my ballpoint pen and went home and lost the pen in 30 minutes or less. Okay. Yeah, you got to be careful of that stuff. Hello. It's not Jean. Is it Jean? Jean? Hello? Jean? How are you?
Hello.
Hello. Is it Jean?
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
it is.
Yep,
Okay.
it
Hi.
is.
How are you?
Hi. Well, I'm kind of tired because it's midnight here.
It is.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
midnight.
All
I
right.
finished my homework, university paperwork, so I just joined this group.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let you settle in for just a second, and then I'll talk to you right after I talk to Heidi. Okay? If you can stay awake, that is. Uh, okay. Uh, Heidi. Heidi, when was the last time you really pushed yourself to your physical limits?
Hmm. Hmm. Maybe far 2 years ago.
Huh?
But another thing, physical limit. I got sick for
Ah,
over in these days, these months, over 5 months. Before 3 months ago, I had a heavy pain. Then I couldn't walk and I couldn't sit down. Sometimes I took the lessons, but still it was very painful. But I was very patient. Actually, lying down on the couch or floor is much easier and comfortable. Not comfortable, less pain.
uh-huh.
So I took the lessons, even though I had a heavy pain.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, that is pushing yourself. Kind of
Then I didn't go
yeah,
to the doctor.
you didn't.
I hate doctors.
You do. Would you hug a doctor? No, I'm just kidding. Joke. Silly. I've never hugged a doctor either. Nor would I. I will probably never hug a lawyer either.
Mhm.
Um, Heidi, was this your physical condition? Was this from what you and I have talked about before? Does this stem from when you got food poisoning?
Yeah, food poisoning
Yeah,
caused
right,
illness.
right.
Like
Yeah, I remember.
I think like inflammatory in my intestine.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Have you recovered? I mean, are you better now, or do you still have symptoms?
Much better now, but still sometimes I have pain. Hmm.
And do you have to watch what you eat? Do you have to be careful?
Yes, yes. I can't eat so much. After eating too much, I have pain.
Really?
Hmm.
Maybe you should go to the doctor.
I hate doctor.
Check you out. Make sure all your machinery's working okay in there.
Maybe I didn't. I've never done some exercise for two years. After breaking my bones, so it caused my weakness. Then I mentioned before, right? I bought some dumbbells.
Right,
Then
right.
now I'm excited every day.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. That's good.
muscle is very important.
Sure, of course.
Mm.
Okay, well, you were ill for some time, but how about before that? When did you really uh, strain yourself, your muscles and your
Yeah,
uh,
in the gym,
the gym?
exercise class,
Okay.
muscle training class. We needed to have some barbell and dumbbell. Then instructor ordered us to do something 30, 60 squats, 60 times squatting. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh.
and, I pushed myself to follow him. Finally, we laughed. Too tired and laughed. Like that.
Okay. It's funny. Okay. Yeah, for me, it was a few months ago. I hiking a mountain. I don't know. Definitely pushing my limits. When you feel yourself getting dizzy and you feel like you're gonna faint,
Then
okay,
laughed.
that's yeah. Well, I wasn't really laughing because I was on I was in a remote mountain top. If I pass out, yeah, that's it. Okay. Let me talk to Jean now. Jean. Um, Jean, have you ever written poetry in your life?
Um, I'm not that kind of person to write
Okay.
some the romantic stuff texts, cause I love them. I love them because I'm not a romantic person. Just I'm the kind of person that who is alone, who wants to
Okay.
spend his time just doing
So you,
by my own.
all right. So you've never written a love letter or a
No, never.
secret
To be
admirer
honest,
letter?
no, never.
Okay.
Neither by mistake.
Okay. Do you know what a secret admirer is?
Your
You-
secret, but what about what?
Secret admirer. Um,
What is that?
somebody. Okay, let me explain. Somebody likes somebody else, and this is a kind of European Western culture in America, but I'm not sure if it's something that exists in your culture or not. It doesn't in all cultures. He likes somebody in a romantic way, but he doesn't want that person to know either because for whatever reason, maybe simply because he's too shy. Often that is the case. So they, for example, write a letter or they communicate usually through writing, but anonymously. So
Oh,
without leaving their names.
anonymous, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
platonic love, kind of
Huh?
platonic love.
No, no, no. Not platonic, actually romantic. Platonic is like friendship where uh nobody's really afraid of platonic love is between two friends, okay? My best friend and I can have a platonic love, or of course my daughter and I have platonic love. We're okay, not romantic. Um, Usually a secret admirer is someone who romantically loves me. Julio points out that yes, Julio, it could in fact degenerate into stalking, but hopefully
Mm,
not. It's more, actually, it's something that happens like in grade school and sixth grade. The girl you dream about her when you go to sleep at night. So you write her a letter or something, and you stick it in her locker at school, but you don't sign your name. Something like that. That would be an example. Yeah. Do
mm,
people ever do that in your culture? It's rare
I'm
for
not.
adults, really, but it does
Yeah,
happen. It
I'm
could
not.
happen.
I'm not anymore at school,
Right.
so they probably don't write papers anymore. They just Facebook and they talk in code like a
Right.
riddles. They talk in riddles
Yeah.
also. So
Riddle text. Yeah,
yeah,
that's it's hard to have secret admirers when you have obviously if you text someone it leaves your number, or if you email someone you have an email address. Uh,
You
hard to
can
do those things
leave a message.
anonymously.
You can leave a message from a fake number or fake email or fake Facebook account. You can create everything fake.
Uh, yeah, I guess you could, right?
I mean, I can create with your name, Oakley, a Facebook account,
Don't
and
give
that's all.
anybody any ideas, Michael.
And you can
Please.
send messages to other teachers' email. Like,
Oh my God, what a horrifying idea. Please don't, Michael. Shh, stop.
I don't have the time to do that. That necessary like at least 30 minutes to create that account properly, and
Oh,
then that.
hopefully not the time or the desire. I'm hoping. Okay. All right. Thanks, Gene. Let me
alright.
uh, let me slide on over to Julio. Julio, how mechanically inclined are you? Do you know? Have you ever
Um,
heard that
um,
collocation, that phrase?
it's the first time, but I guess it refers to being good at fixing things and repairing things.
Precisely.
Um, Usually, I just know how to change a flat tire. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And most of my appliances, when they break down, I just trash them and I buy new ones.
Okay. Okay, Julio, I myself, I get so frustrated because I have big, fat American fingers. I get so frustrated if I have to do little electronics work, you know? I just can't do it. Sometimes I've tried to do it, but I find it inordinately, especially frustrating. Just makes
Yeah,
me angry. I get,
I feel the same way. I don't have
yeah,
the patience and I don't have the
exactly.
curiosity of doing that little things. For example, if I see a knot, I just have to break. If there is a bag with a knot, I just have to break it. Yeah, I cannot just untie the knot. No, it's impossible. I just have. If it's a plastic bag, just break it.
My wife hates me for the very same reason. I do the same thing. Okay, I made myself a cheeseburger for lunch, and she ties the tomatoes into this bag with a knot that a sailor couldn't open. And I'm not gonna waste my time picking that stupid thing. I just tear a hole in the bag and grab my tomato. Forget about it. Julio, I totally can relate to what you're saying. That's an awesome question. I like that. Uh, I like that. I'm gonna do a poll. Let's see if we're weirdos or are we
I, I
normal?
thought it. I thought it was just me because my ex-wife used to make me feel really bad about it, like if there was something wrong in me. But now I feel relief. Now I feel better.
So do I, Julio. So do I. But I want to ask everyone else. Okay, if you have some, say, tomatoes or something in a bag and it's in a plastic bag and it's tied in a knot, do you A, pull apart the knot, or do you B, just rip a hole in the bag and grab what you want? Um, quick pull and straw pull, we call this a quick pull. Michael, rip, untie.
if it's very how would I say close knot or what
Tight,
powerful knot.
tight knot is the
Yeah,
collocation.
if it's a very tight knot, I rip that. If it's like a little, it's visible that you can easily untie it. I can untie it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right, Nader, I know. How about you? Are you untie or rip? You can put the results of your poll over in the Verbling chat. He's an untie. Nader's an untie. Holly, you do both. Holly, out there in the netherworld, out in the ether. You can put your answer there too. Heidi, Are you an untie or a rip it kind of person? Heidi, are you there? Heidi? Okay. Don't know where she went. Gene, how about you? Do you untie the knot or do you just rip it?
I untie it because I need these plastic bags to collect garbage or some stuff
Really?
that I have. Or so I'm independent. I live
Gene,
in a apartment, so I had to collect these plastic bags
okay, Gene,
to collect some stuff.
let me explain. Let me make a suggestion or make an offer, actually. Gene, I'm an American, but I live in the Philippines. In the Philippines, they give you a plastic bag for everything. As I said, I went grocery shopping. I bought a lot of food, spent about $150 on food. Uh, and I came home with something like 20 bags. Not because there's that much food. They put they give you bags for everything. If I go to the store and buy one box of wooden matches, they'll try to put it in a bag to give it to me. They're crazy here. So, Gene, I
That's the
can
same.
send you a container ship full of plastic bags.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
that.
I can.
I
No
will.
problem.
Put your address in the verbing chat.
Yeah, go ahead. Or I can look you up on Facebook with my fake Facebook account and
And send you a
send you
message.
send you plastic bags. My gosh. Yeah, it is crazy here. They really do that. They give and many people they buy a pack of cigarettes, they put it in a plastic bag, they take the cigarettes out of the plastic bag and they throw the plastic bag in the street and pollute the street. This is the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. Uh, anyway, okay. So we're kind of split 50-50, you know. There's a couple unties and a couple two depends and two just rip it. So I guess that's from my tiny straw poll, that would seem to be pretty evenly balanced. Okay. Um, Michael, I'm going to ask you, well, I don't know, sort of a kind of personal question. Uh,
Okay.
how do you react in a sudden, extreme, pressure-filled crisis? Either a crisis at work or an emergency, like a car crashes right in front of you, or someone falls over, has an attack, some kind of an attack. Uh, First of all, have you ever experienced such kind of events?
Well, not so life threatening, or what's the collocation?
Yeah, life-threatening. That's perfect, actually.
Not so life threatening, like they, for example, I was walking down the street and there are two cars smashed, and then one car went a little bit towards me, like,
Uh-huh.
you understand what I mean? So when they smashed that car, like by went through me, towards me,
Yeah.
and
Not through you.
no, towards
That
me.
would be awful.
But and what? I just looked at those cars and said, "Wow!" Like,
Wow. Okay.
and that's all.
Wow. All right. Well, okay. So you weren't overly impressed, and you didn't panic. Did you try to help the people? Were the people injured, or
But they didn't
they
need the
weren't
help.
injured? They
They
didn't need it.
by themselves they opened the doors of the cars and they started to argue or something. Basically, wasn't something very
Nothing
serious.
nothing serious, and nothing you want to get involved in either. It's not your business. right?
Well, yes, usually, why would you need to,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
crazy.
to ask them what's going on or something? I
No,
can do
no, no.
that, but what's the purpose for me? What do I gain from that, or what do I have from that?
Actually, it's a very bad idea to get
I'm not a
involved in.
police officer, or I'm not.
That's right. Right. No, no, no. You're right. No, I was thinking more along the lines of, I don't know. When I was young, one of my neighbors who I walked to school with
Mhm.
had an epileptic seizure. This is
Wow.
probably my first episode of dealing with a dramatic emergency situation. And I was very young, second grade. I don't know, 8 or 9 years old, and I was very calm. I was very calm about the whole thing, and I was with my sister and this other kid, the three of us. So I lied him down. I put something under his head. I told my sister to watch him, and I ran back to his house and got his mother. So
Well, I remembered
I
another
was just very
situation.
calm.
I remembered another situation when I was working in an internet cafe when I was like a teenager, when I was 18 years old. I was working like in an internet cafe, and I was working like was like midnight or something. And they approached like the door was closed, and they approached like a couple of men, and they start to like open the door or something. They started to but they looked like what's the word like
Aliens.
not
No.
no not so not safe, or what do you mean dangerous. They look
It
dangerous.
looked
I
dangerous. It looked like
under the
thugs.
alcohol or something. I said no,
Yeah.
no, 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 I cannot do that. They said open, like,
Uh,
and they started to the door to to be the door, and I
Force
just,
the door open.
yeah,
Okay.
and I
All
just
right.
pressed the button, and in 2 minutes came like the this um, security. So
Right.
they I don't know, they kind of arrested them, or I don't know, they took them so to the
Yeah.
police. That's all what was.
Okay. Yeah, I'm very calm when somebody's injured. Extremely calm. Maybe calmer than I normally, actually. But if something situation like that, I get very pumped up with adrenaline. All right. The situation you described, like dangerous, or somebody robbing me, when somebody stole my mountain bike right behind me, man, I freak out. I got so much adrenaline. I'm totally out of control, pretty much. Um,
What do you
so
mean
I,
out
I
of control? You can smash the head of that person?
well, if I saw them, but of course they're long gone. But yeah, I'm pretty much freaking out, and no, I don't know. I react completely differently to those kind of two different emergency sort of surprise situations. My reaction is entirely different, like an actual medical, physical thing, or somebody like your situation looks like robbers or
Yeah.
being confronted in a violent way. I get it's not good actually. I wish that I was much calmer
No,
in those
What, what about?
situations.
I was
I
as
just want to
well
ask, what
under
about?
emotions, but
Yeah,
it's okay. It's nothing that you. If I knew that I have that button, yeah, and
yeah.
they told me if you someone ask you something wrong, or they to speak to
Uh,
you in a bad way or something, just press that button. Don't argue. Don't ask them anything. Press button, and that's all. And wait 2 minutes.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, I just wish I was calmer in that type of situation because it's already a bad situation. People with weapons, people. I wish I was more. Yeah, calmer is the word, but Nader, your spelling is wrong. Thank you, Julio. Um, Julio's got it. That's it. Julio, did you have a comment? Something you wanted to add?
Yes. There is a situation that it's always in my head and it always bothers me. What do you do when you are walking down the street with your girlfriend and then you see a bunch of guys and they I don't know, they say something to your girlfriend, or I don't
Mm,
know, they maybe they
yeah.
They give her a little spanky or something. So
Yeah.
what do you do? I mean, do you actually go and confront them, or you're gonna get your ass kicked, or you just try to make a joke about it? So that always bothers me, and I guess that has something to do with your personality too.
Yeah. I agree, and I don't know. I'm fortunate that it's never happened to me. So, and as you said, I don't react well in those situations, so I worry about that situation myself. If somebody threatens my wife or children, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go mental. I'm going to absolutely go ballistic, lose all control. Pretty sure I would. I don't want to, but I think that's a part of my personality I have to be very, very careful about. Um, Heidi, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Heidi, we're talking about kind of emergency situations, and I was talking about losing my temper. Have you ever really lost your temper? Completely lost your temper?
No,
Never.
never.
Really? Yeah. Well, that's good. All right, you lose your temper, you basically lose all control. Uh, no, you've never lost your temper, so you're a very calm person in
I'm always
stressful
quiet.
situations.
I'm always quiet. So no one did something bad.
Okay. Uh, all right. Well, that's good. That's great. Okay, Gene, I have an interesting question for you. Different question. To what degree do you think of yourself as patriotic? Do you think that you're a patriotic person?
Patriotic.
Yeah.
What is that?
Love your country.
Patriotic. I'm not proud of anything. I'm my country, and my hometown. Not even not being, I don't know, part of this world.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
I just figured out that you have to change yourself if you want to see changes in this society. Because if I say I'm proud of my hometown, what's going on in my hometown? There's delinquents, there's pollution, tax everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and people don't care about these things that they could um could I don't know change. Well, they are just complaining about the government. They
Uh-huh.
complain,
Right.
why I'm in this situation, why I can get i- in a university because they don't study. So I'm not proud
Okay.
of this. I'm not pretty sure. I don't know how to say that word. What is that?
Okay.
Patriotic?
Patriotic. Yeah. Okay.
Patriotic.
To me, like you have a strong belief in individual responsibility, being responsible for yourself and your own, as opposed to
Mm, yeah, I
the
can give you just
society.
a brief example.
Please, yeah.
If about children, having children, uh,
Hmm.
if some people say, "Are you gonna have children?" I would answer them, "I won't have children." Why? Are you selfish? No, I'm not selfish. It's it's more being selfish, having children. If you have children, you are you are already selfish because you are thinking about yourself, not thinking about the children that is on the street, that or these orphans. So who is more selfish than the other person? So that's why I'm kind of individual.
Okay. I can relate to that. All right. I kind of like that. And actually, I thank you for the example. That was a good idea. Um, that was a good example. Thank you very much. And actually, thank you all. A very interesting class, and I enjoyed it. Again, all through this week, we will be having similar question, theme-based, different types of questions all through the week, right through Saturday during this hour. So I hope you guys can join me again later this week. But for now, I have to say bye because I have to start another Verbling class. So thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Take